I guess I could have got back on the boat, but you'd have had to have gone back down here, got on the boat, sailed all the way around there to Athens, and walked all the way back over there. So you may as well just walk this route here and hope that the Peloponnesian War doesn't break out. But we're sure you'll be all right because it won't happen for another 1,000 years yet. In fact, I don't think Athens should exist yet. It's a fairly new city. It didn't come into being until about the 800s BC, I think, if I'm pulling a date out of somewhere. So did I set Theseus on the route, or did I just talk about it? I just talked about it. These tool routes are the business. Now, back to Attica, because dwellings now demand wine, which is a bit of a pain, but it sells for a good price, 544. Later on will come olive oil, which also sells for a good price. So what I'm looking for is if there's anywhere where there's quite a few, somewhere like this. 2 olive groves next to each other, but we're not at that stage yet, so we'll hang fire. Look for something like that, but with grapes. And I'm not seeing it here. Maybe the cycle days can help. Can they chuff? I mean, I guess I could go there, pick up 4, pick up another 4, then go back. But it's not good enough. Unless pick up 4, then go back to Attica to somewhere where there's already a vineyard, like this cozy little island here. We'll have a quick check of the Peloponnese, see if that's any good. Or we could just go to wherever this place is. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to play the game. Cythera. Now, I've definitely heard that one in Zeus, but I couldn't tell you anything about it apart from I'm reasonably sure that's how you pronounce it. And they've probably invaded me, or tried to invade me a few times. Everyone's tried to invade me in Zeus, but it never gets anywhere. Oh yeah, I want to update me tools routes to take hippoems. Yeah, may as well. Tools what, just like that. Earns. I'm not too fussed. Speed is not of the essence in that route. And that's it. I thought I had more routes than that. Ooh, I hadn't thought about upgrading Aulis Athens food. Or indeed Aulis supply. What's the situation like between those two cities? I wouldn't want to risk it, actually. Price of grapes is pretty high in Athens, you know. Oh, hang on a second, it's they buy grapes, that's why it's high. Orestes is just making all the money. That's probably worth it. Oh, there's actually a winery there as well. If I was paying more attention, I could have just used that. Having said that, the people of Aulis there will want to eat those grapes, so I'll upgrade that to a hippoeum, and then just increase the number of grapes and olives. What about this Owlis supply that I seem to have just skimmed over? It has at best a cursory relationship to the sea, so I'll just leave that as is. And then we'll have a wine route. And it's good Peloponnesian wine. So we'll start at Cythera. In fact, maybe just to help things along. I'm going to pick up the wine from the grapes from there as well. So, or am I? Or will that just slow things down? I've got this horrible image of like that place not producing because it's shut down at the moment and it'll go back to being shut down. And the merchant just waiting there for like 8 grapes there to do this here. So maybe I'll just beeline to Cythera. They seem to be doing a rather grand job. And again, they could be just stuck in Cythera for ages. Unless they do a grand wine tour, they could like stop off at this place, stop off at this place with all the grapes, then deposit 8 grapes here. Well, they've got to be waiting somewhere, so they may as well be proactive. They've got to go to the Peloponnese, to go to this island here, pick up 4, go to that other place, pick up another 4. Yeah, let's do that. If nothing else, to find out what this place is called, and it's called Aegina. Probably because it's on the Aegean, named after King Aegeus. Go to the Peloponnese, go to this place, Boea. Home to the Boeotians. I don't know how I can't remember how I've heard of them, but I have heard of them. Boeotia. B-O-E-A-E. I mean, consonants. Use some. It's like somebody's playing Countdown and they were just trolling Rachel Riley, Carol Vorderman. It was as it was in my day. I'll have another consonant, please. Have a consonant, please, Carol. A vowel, please, Carol. Have another vowel, please, Carol. Have another vowel, please, Carol. Have another vowel. That's essentially what it is. B-O-A-E-A-E. Right, that's enough of that fun and frivolity. So I'll have to retype out wine. Go to Aegina. Start with a Hippion. Probably mispronouncing that as well. Go to Boea. Pick up all of the grapes. Go to Cythera, place I have heard of. Mysticism. I'm alright, thanks. For the time being, I might want to come back to that for the Oracle. I've got a feeling that sounds profitable. Right. I don't have any cities here. No. And nobody else demands wine. You know, sort of temple might have demanded it. What about the palace? You would have thought they would have demanded this as well. Well, palace does, but not to the extent that I'm making a beeline for it. So we'll just go straight to back to Attica. There is a bit of demand in Athens, so we'll go straight to Athens, drop 2. Go to Eastern Aulis, where there isn't any demand, but there is a lot of supply, because I wasn't paying attention. All about those tool routes. Well, I don't know what to do now. Buckets full of wine, and I don't know where to deposit them. If only Glar was by the sea. Like, I can see the demand for it, and I've got the means to get... I've got the production for it, but I can't get them there because I can't drag the boats onto land. Unless I do an incredibly wasteful thing, where I use 2 merchants instead of 1. I can have 1 merchant just bring all the wine to Athens, and then another merchant just disperse them. Or I could just make Athens just a glut of wine. I certainly didn't think this through. I should have just noticed that Eastern Aulis is the perfect place for wine. Not a good place to make money from it. This chap's broke because he's having to buy grapes at an inflated price because I'm buying them. Yeah, there's no way around it because there's no way of getting a large place that demands wine access to the sea. Unless Glar was able to upgrade the thing in Glar to a bazaar. Huh. Kind of rhymes. That's disappointing. I'm going to have to scale back operations somewhat. Whoa. So leave with 6, leave Athens with 4, get another dray. Go to Attica. Tanagra. Oh, Tanagra's a weak link there. They just don't want anything. Or perhaps they want essentials like food first. What a bunch of wusses. Glar and Northern Orkmanos. I said that with a kind of desperation there. I'm feeling a bit desperate, to be honest. Then go back to Athens on Hippoium for all the good it's doing me. I am so disappointed in that. Probably going to want 2 people doing that route now. Ah! Ha ha! Ah, good stuff. It's like the game was listening to me whine. Which is nice because that's about the end. Nobody else does. If I upgrade this to a bazaar, I still don't get access. Don't think. Also, that's not a sea. I can't get there. Okay, the game was listening to me, but it was also trying to prove me wrong. That's the best I'm going to be able to do, and I'm probably going to have to put 2 people on it. Or it's just going to have to be suboptimal. Glaucus. Why have I heard of him? Medea. I thought that was a place. And Nestor. I've heard of him, but I can't remember who he is. But that's the important thing, I've heard of him. Take the disappointing wine route. Well, I've got a bit of cash. I may as well pay for some wheeled vehicles. And I guess we're going to have a stable. Demand for grain and military products in your town. We don't do any grain. I'd be more interested in some military preparedness. If you've got any going. What does that do for me? Allegedly, it's supposed to give me some arsenals. But I can't see any. Not in Attica. Or the Peloponnese. Or Crete. Or the Cyclades. Or Ionia. Achilles has got some price gouging on elite mirrors. It took a while, but it's there. Maybe I'll do animal husbandry. I guess what I could do, or what I'm going to have to do, is build my own arsenals. 2,000? Demands weapons and armour. Demands bronze sword and obsidian tools. Well, that's something, I guess, because... Oh, what's Theseus trying to do? I've done something wrong. Ah, I knew I'd forgotten something. Oh, that's going to cause a problem now. You're going to have to do that route again. Fortunately, you've not got very far through it. So because he's bought up an extra 2 copper there, he won't produce the right amount of thingies, it won't produce the wrong amount of thingies. Got some great commentary worth listening to, that was. Right, that was disappointing. What does mysticism do for me? Or horseman? Horsemanship, right. Are there any stables? No, we've got to build them as well. Well, disappointing. How much do they cost? Well, it's not 2,000, but they are still 1,200. Bronze sword, obsidian tools, and wine. Well, I may as well build one next to the barracks. Just have a look, see what they're like. Ugh, they don't even demand that much. Well, there is a solid demand for tools in Athens. Price gouging, please. Oh, because the barracks wants some. Right, what's going on with the swords route? Is it working as intended? Heracles... We don't know yet, he's only just setting off. Because what I'm thinking is I could put a stable next to each of the barracks and just have somebody else doing the route with Heracles. He's not made a profit yet and he's already sold 3, so things aren't looking up. But there is plenty of demand. I could already have somebody else doing the route. And then I could have somebody going on a tool route to basically the same places. Not a bad shout. Let's just watch this money come in, because this is part of the fun of the game. Oof. That's nice. And I've realised I'm kind of denying you that pleasure, because I've been busy looking at these routes, and I've noticed that the money's been going up, so this really satisfying stuff's been going on. And I've just not been showing it to you. Did I upgrade your route? Okay, somewhere's not happy. But I'm not happy with them not being happy. I wish it would tell me where the people are disappearing. None of the places I care about, I don't think. Well, they're not terribly happy with me in Athens. Achilles is making some good money on the elite mirrors. There's probably room for another chap on the mirrors route, actually. Oh, here we go. There's some olive oil production. Now, where's that place that looked all right for olive production? Ah, here. But what I also want to do before I get distracted is have somebody else on the swords route. Preferably somebody that can sell weapons. Oh, how's Heracles doing? Now he's making a profit, and he's got 3 more left. What's the sword situation like in... Ooh, I don't know. Knossos? They definitely take some more swords. What does a sword brute look like? So where's he going next? He's going to Piraeus, going to Knossos. Oh, that's because he's not been to Kamasa yet. But Kamasa will take 2 swords. Do I have any merchants that already have weapons? I mean, there's some that have earned it. Oh, whatever. I'll just get Ajax in. He should be a weapons guy. He's the strongest man alive. That counts because though Heracles is the strongest man alive, he's also a demigod. Whereas Ajax was only a little bit of a god. And this is Ajax, not Ajax, because Ajax is the Dutch football team. They call it Ajax because they don't pronounce the J's properly. I think anyway. That's well, perhaps I'm just... Heracles has made enough money to get some price gouging done. It's a shame you've got a competitor on that route now, but to make things easier for you, I am going to put a whole bunch of stables where there's already barracks. And then I'm going to start looking at a Tools 2 route that basically follows swords. Heracles is on fire. Do some marketing for those swords. You're going to need it. So, where there's a barracks, there will also be a stables. Within reason. Well, where I already supply it. In fact, I could have a shipyard in Knossos. Just make my own demand buildings. Screw you guys. I think I'm basically just do some war profiteering here. And there's good money in that. Yeah, everyone rags on about weapons deals and weapons sales, but you know, profitable business. Somebody's got to sell the weapons. I was told once. I believe it was by my economics teacher at school, who just shrugged off the concern and said, "Well, if we don't sell them, somebody will do." And I guess he had a point in that sense, and it is a profitable business. So this is turning into a series of dubious morality. I've already got involved in the ivory trade. I'm now dealing in weapons extensively. But you know, see, I'm only building. Now, I know I said earlier that I didn't like the idea of building demand buildings, but I'm only doing it here because the game's not supplied them for me. And I think there's 2 more in Attica. I've done the one in Athens. Eastern Aulis. There's an olive press there. Not going to use that though. Is that Tools route? It keeps on paying off. And then I think there's one more. Right, I've weaponised ancient Greece, and now it's time to profit. So I've already got 2 chaps doing the sword route. Can probably get somebody doing the obsidian. So what's the obsidian situation like? Yeah, it can probably take another. I was at Elite Mirrors. There's just money to be made. So yes, there's still. Why was he stopped in Eastern Andros? Oh well. I think there's still room there. Although we could probably get the timber from somewhere else and then go to Milos. If I wanted to be cautious about it. There's definitely enough obsidian in the system. Oof, if this place was nearer the sea, I'd be all over it. As it happens, I think I've said it before, but I will say it again. That's a good place for some furniture if the demand arises. And I can be bothered. It's two very important caveats. Now that's more like it. Hopefully that's near the sea. And doesn't require me to build a bazaar, because I'm not spending an extra 400 ducats. That's right out. Clazomenae. Okay, so this is a bit of a trek. But I want new route tools too. Go to Clazomenae on a Hippoium. Pick up all of these, go to Menos. Go back to Clazomenae. More wood. Go to Milos. With a whole bunch of tools. And then go to Eastern Aulis. Where there is that? Wow, that's a lot of demand for tools. Go to Athens. Again, a lot of demand for tools, but not so much. And wherever the third place was, Attica. Where there is reasonable demand. Or I could spread it out a bit. Because I am worried that that's a little bit generous to the people of Eastern Aulis. So I'll give them only 2. Keep the prices high. There's profit to be made. Athens, Eastern Aulis. Athens will get... go with the Hippoium. Right, forget about Attica for the time being. Athens will also get 2. More tools. Tools are where it's at, apparently. 1, 2, 3. They only want 3, you see. And I'd be... Having said that, East Naulos, they do want significantly more. They want 4. So I might give them 3. Athens... there, and then... Go on a horse, go to Attica. Drop 1. Don't drop it, sell it. On a horse, go to Piraeus. Go to... I don't know. Oh! Tiryns. That's going to want loads. Because it'll have barracks, a stable, and a shipyard. So just dump it all in Tiryns. They'll love the stuff. To that end... I'm almost tempted to just skip Aulis in all this. Skip Attica, sorry. They just haven't earned it yet. Go to Athens, don't get off the Hippoion. Heracles is doing a grand job. He's finally getting some seamanship, so we should make even more money now. Eastern Aulis was 5, Athens 2. Don't know why you go to Piraeus, but go to Tyrians and sell the remaining 3. Because they will buy them up. I want somebody that can gouge. Ooh, Menelaus. Well, in Medea, at least it's a sea route. Almost exclusively. In fact, it is exclusively a sea route. And go to Tools 2. So what's the hold up now in the Cyclades is I think... Oh, there isn't one. I was thinking the toolmaker was being too slow. Obsidian's still nice and cheap. To the extent that these people are going to stop working in a moment. Oh yeah, olive oil. That's the next thing to do. How much time have we got left? There is another 40 years. And I'm already an hour and 20 minutes in. This is going to be a long one, so buckle up. I'm not making this into a third video. That's not a bad place. I'll pick up a whole bunch of olives there, drop them off here. Make a whole bunch of olive oil here. And who wants olive oil? Everybody wants olive oil, and there is a lot of money to be made from it. A lot of money. Unless there's somewhere with 2 olive groves next to each other. Well, there's that place there, but I'm already counting on that. There's that place there, but it's no good to anybody. It's too far away. And I'm not going out of Attica because there's so much there's so many olives here that it's be rude to, fundamentally. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll have a market here, because why not? Flush with cash, and that's Marathon. And then we'll have I'll have a trading post there, because I'm not that flush with cash. Which is Northern Marathon. We have a seaport, another seaport, and an olive press. Set to always be on. Oil. So go to Northern Marathon. Looking at this game, I guess like 90% of the time it is just setting up routes, isn't it? It's been nice to have something else to do, I guess. I don't know. You're the one watching it. What do you feel about it? That's my 10 o'clock alarm going off. Why have my alarm going at 10 o'clock? Because the idea is that the 10 o'clock alarm sounds at night, and you say, well, okay, probably time to start thinking about going to bed. Don't go to bed immediately, because going to bed at 10 o'clock is a little bit early. But what I should be doing is stopping all the electronic activity, getting away from the blue lights, blue lit screens, giving your eyes time to recover, so that when you do go to bed, it's say, I don't know, 11 o'clock or something like that, it'd be a good restful night's sleep. Seldom happens, but that's the theory. So you go to Marathon. Ooh. Famine relief, because wine is a foodstuff. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Go to Eastern Aulis to mock them for having an olive press there. What's demand like in Eastern Aulis? Healthy. So, all but 2. Glaucus is making a lot of money from wine. Then go to Athens, where demand is also healthy, but not as healthy. Still Don't know what it is about Athens. Perhaps they're just cheapskates there, but they never seem to have as high a demand as anywhere else. And then getting a dray. I'd make it a wheeled dray, but I don't think I've got the technology. Oh yes, I have. I thought for a second I was too cheap. And then Attica will also take 2. How about Tanagra? That usually lets the side down. And then that's... It hasn't. That's a pleasant surprise. Owlis supply? I'm still not sure what it's supplying, but they're doing a grand job. Is it Clytemnestra? She was selling linen cloth. Just then. So what 2 in Attica. Now what I'm wondering is why I'm stalling. I don't know whether to sell everything at Tanagra, then go back to Aulis, pick up some more olive oil, and then do 3 and 3 at Glar and Northern Orkmenos. They could probably take it. In fact, I might do that. Go to Tanagra. Go to Aulis on a Hippoium. Then do that route again. Northern Marathon. With a whole bunch of olives. Go to regular Marathon. I was actually looking then for the... this time leave with 6. Or not, because I can't... leave with 4. Go back to Aulis. This is disappointing. On a wheeled dray. But at least it keeps the prices up, I guess. Go to Glar. Go to Northern Orkmenos. Leave with none. They want wool cloth desperately. Is that where the people are disappearing to? Yes, it is, because they don't have anything there. In fact, they're not supplied with anything, are they? I'm surprised that ever grew into a city. Then go back to Aulos and leave on a Hippoium to go back to there. And we'll have Aeneas, who is king of... Is he king of Athens? It's definitely... Aeneas is the chap. No, I'm thinking of Aegeus. Who is Aeneas? But he's got famine relief, so he will go on the oil route. I think. Food and medicine product. That's good enough. Now, what can we do about Northern Orkmenos? They're just not served by anything, are they? They need grapes and furniture and wool cloth. Or just wool, really. But they're not near the sea, so I can't get supplies to them very easily. How does everybody else feel about furniture? Yeah, they're fine. Oh, those tool routes. I guess Attica could take some more. Take 6 furniture, drop 2 off at Attica. Drop 1 off there, and then 3 off there. Or just go straight to Northern Orkmenos. Possibly. How do they feel about furniture? Ooh, I could do with some as well. Okay, furniture 2. Ottoman Boogaloo, something like that. Go to the Peloponnese. That place I said was a fantastic place for furniture. Is still a fantastic place for furniture. It's just a shame it's not near the sea. Real shame it's not near the sea. It's such a shame. I'm tempted to almost go for this place here. What I am tempted to is definitely get the wool. And not carry the wool because there's no point. But we could certainly take a whole bunch of linen cloth. Take it back to Attica. Drop it off, I don't know, in Athens? How do they feel about wool cloth? They could do with some. They're alright, but then again they do produce the stuff. They're alright as well. What about in Glar? They're also alright. But they could definitely do with some. So here's a plan of action. Go to the Peloponnese. We'll see if we can't get a market that reaches there and has access to the sea. Fine. Oh, what a waste. Elos. Sounds familiar. Again, I don't think I've ever managed Elos, but I'm familiar with it. And we'll have a furniture maker and a weaver here. Now I think I best do these in 2 separate routes. So we'll have furniture 2. We'll go from Elos on a Hippoium, because why not now? I've got the capacity for it. Take 6. Because Athens will take... No, Eastern Aulis will take a whole bunch, so take 8. Go to Eastern Aulis. Leave with 4. Go to regular Aulis on a wheeled dray. And then go directly to Northern Orkmenos. Who are starved for furniture. Oh right, yeah. Then go back to Aulis on a Hippoium to continue the route. And then we'll have somebody that knows how to price gouge like Pericles. So we're getting into the age of real people now. Pericles was a real person. He gave a famous oratory speech about the war dead during the Peloponnese War. Move the people out of Athens itself and into Crad to avoid a siege with the Spartans during the Peloponnesian Wars. They ended up living in unsanitary conditions. It caused a plague, and then Pericles himself died in said plague. So at least he, he was killed by his own policies, which is, something, I guess. Now, they're not fussed about wool cloth particularly. So when I'm doing wool 2, which is also at Elos, there's a lot of places starting with E. Get in a Hippoium, take all of the wool cloth, maybe. Athens will take 2. So no, you don't take all of the wool cloth then, take 6. Go to Athens. Leave with 4. Get on a wheeled dray. Go to Northern Orkmenos. How would Glar feel about it? They're, you know, they'll pay a lot for it, but they're fundamentally happy. What's Priam doing? He seems to be there for quite a while. Then go to Piraeus on a wheel dray. On the Hippoium. And we'll have Nestor doing that route. What's Priam trying to do? Trying to buy ceramics. That's fine. Looks like there's still some demand for hand mirrors. And that's part of elite mirrors as well. What's the rest he's doing? I don't know because I can't click on him either. He's trying to sell furniture. Right, what about common hand mirrors? I'm looking at Athens. There's demand for some more. Definitely demand for some more. Nice work. Right, have I made a mistake here? No, there's 4, leave with 4, get Athens. 3. Eastern Aulis. What's demand like at Eastern Aulis then? Yeah, they're being flooded with the stuff. So perhaps we could have another mirrors route where it's just 1 to Athens and 2 to Attica? Because Attica really likes bronze mirrors, but I'm not getting any. Aeneas is killing it. He's bringing the money in. Keep that marketeering up. Well, I don't know, perhaps Attica can just suffer for a bit. I was thinking about upgrading the route, but to make them go backwards and forwards to do this tin route a second time, then they could leave with 8. But that's just a bit of a faff. Still some demand for bronze swords. Oh, I'm curious as to what the Oracle does. But also, I'm not entirely sure where Delphi is in this map, so I'll just have to build it somewhere. Oh no, I don't have to. Where is the Oracle? There's one there. Where's the other? Oh, it's in the middle of Aulis. That'll increase their demand for bronze hand mirrors. And copper urns. Well, that's just a faff. What's demand like here for obsidian tools? Still good. Maybe I can get another person on the tools 2 route. Like Socrates. So, he's given up on philosophy, he's going to sell tools instead. Because I know Tyrians will buy tools. They're going to buy tools until the end of time. Look at that! I could have a dedicated route for tools, and it still wouldn't be enough. Couldn't Pericles have taken a boat down? Oh well. In fact, what does the tools 2 route look like? You take a whole bunch of tools and you take some to Athens, some to Eastern Aulis. Are there more ports I can take tools to? There is a shipyard down there. There is a shipyard there. It's the wrong side. But I can deal with that for another tool route. So let's do this. Let's have Messini? Or no, I don't know. Not not on the top of my list. Then we'll have another route, another thing in Crete. Common mirrors are selling really well. Well, he's got marketeering, so I guess he's building up some demand for it in Eastern Aulis. He can do animal husbandry, because, yeah, why not? If I build a market, if I build a bazaar, yes, that gets the job done. It's an extravagant way of doing it, but at this point, I will do it so I don't have to go around Crete. So new tool route to be tools 3. Basically keep the rest of it the same, but instead of doing all of this going to Athens and Eastern Aulis nonsense, go straight to Tiryns. T is further down the alphabet, there we go. With basically everything. Maybe that's a bit much. Or not. Deposit 6 in obsidian. Then go to Messene. Messini? Then go to wherever this place is I've just built, Lapa. And then go back again. Easy. I hope I'm not oversupplying Tiryns there, but I've got a soft spot for the place. I used to run the place. It's, and then we want somebody, by God, we want somebody that can gouge. None of these people are what I'm looking for. Aspiacer, Menelaus, and Plato. I'm starting to. Well, I know Plato existed as a real person. Aspiacer, I don't know. Menelaus, I think, is a mythic hero. The lines between mythology and history are starting to blur now. We're going from the age of oh, what's his name? Father of history, Herodotus, into Thucydides. From mythical kind of history to very real history. This is what happened. We'll have Aspasia, who will do tools 3. Because if you're going to sell 5 tools to Tiryns, you're probably going to need some marketeering to try to sell all of them all at once. What does that leave us? We've got 18 years to hopefully make something of that route. Oh, what's going on in Attica then? Athens wants for nothing. Aeneas is making all the money from that oil route. Where is he? Man of the hour. Where is he? Where is Aeneas? They still don't like me much in Northern Orkmenos, but, you know, I best realise that I'm doing what I can. Why are you still on a mule? Because there's no real reason to upgrade you. I mean, it's worked well so far. Come on, get producing them olives. What I think I would like. So another quality of life thing for a game that no longer works. Nice. He's on a swords route, so military kickbacks seems pretty sensible. I'd like a warehouse building that you could put in a market that would just ensure that a certain number was stored. So keep on. I'd have one to say a marathon that would just keep buying until 9 were there, and then it would stop rather than stopping at 3. So then a merchant would come in, pick up the 9, then leave, then the warehouse would buy them up. A bit like what happens in Patrician 3. I think you can have like a trading office that just automatically buys stuff from a town, even though a ship is not in port to buy it. Oh, that's one I could play later. Patrician 3, when I'm in the... Now I'm in a merchant mood. And, oh, this is a long video. I'm going to cut this into 2. And at some point with a clumsy divide in the middle of it, because this is getting onto its 2nd hour, this part 2 video is. But we're coming up to the end of it. And all the routes are being a bit of a success. I'm rather pleased with Ajax. Where's he going? I think he's going to Attica, isn't he? Oh, there's plenty of demand for bronze swords in Attica, don't you worry about it. Oh, nice. And a bit of marketeering just in case there isn't. You could always almost risk having a 3rd person on that route. Are there any merchants that aren't pulling the weight? Elite Mirrors isn't great actually. They've only just started. I think he has to spend lots of money to get going, because he's already earned enough to get his badges. 18,000, you're alright. I am never questioning food routes again, because that is nothing. He just takes olives from one place and grapes to another, and olives to another. Well, he's varying it up with a bit of ceramics, but so basic, and yet he's my biggest earner by a long shot. 18,000. Like, he's kept me afloat. Jason, Medea, ooh, they're all getting stuck. At Milos. So I'm wondering, might not be worth putting a 2nd toolmaker in there. And now I'm starting to run out of obsidian. Theseus, what's he doing wrong? One, two... I've done something wrong here. I don't know how I've managed to get 3. 2, 3. At this point, it's not worth fixing. I've got over 10 years left of this scenario. Oh, I was going to watch Glaucus to sell his wine. Oh well. I think I know what I've done wrong. I leave Eastern Colophon with copper and Eastern Colophon with copper ingots, and then do the same again with copper ingots. Then you can do what you're meant to do. It would have been nice if the game told me he was waiting earlier than that, mind. And just throw away those urns, just get rid of all of them. Right. Anybody else a problem? Nice. And now it's a little bit more hospitable there. Sold all those for at 560 apiece. Who is on the furniture route? Furniture 2. He's on his way. I'm going to watch this come in. I'm going to enjoy this. Currently 1,500 down. Oof. I was hoping he'd reach a profit with that, but, you know, furniture's not the highest priced item. Ajax is making boon dollar, I believe the expression is. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Well, hopefully Pericles will make a bit more money when he gets to North Nocmanus, because they are desperate for furniture, but it's still only 248 apiece. Pretty sure that's the maximum. That certainly is the maximum way people are just leaving the place. There's a lot of wine. There's a lot of grapes there. Problem is, I can't get large quantities to them. Best I can do is 4x4. We call it famine relief because, you know. Pericles the furniture salesman. King Priam, the ceramics, sells pots and pans. We've got Socrates selling tools. Clytemnestra selling a bit of wood and furniture. Odysseus selling he's a clothes salesman. How these people have fallen. It's making me very wealthy. What's Patroclus doing? He's trying to sell furniture, and they're not particularly interested. There's a vineyard there. Get somebody set up on a mercy mission to from Western Tanagra to Northern Orkmenos. So I suddenly realised that it's actually a major part of my trading scheme, and I don't want all the houses to disappear. So there's Western Tanagra. With the grapes, and Northern Orkmenos without the grapes. Nice and simple. It's not worth the 1200. And it would have been nice to have had somebody that had famine relief, but we'll have to go with Plato instead, who has really fallen. What was the order of it? Was it Socrates, then Plato, then Aristotle? So Socrates taught Plato, who taught Aristotle, who taught Alexander the Great. Probably among other people. Right, go with all haste. And also some wool there, you could probably make use of that. In fact, it's too late. We've come to the end. Blessed relief, we've come to the end of this. This took longer than I thought it would do, but I did quite enjoy it. Just waiting for the sound. I have a feeling I've got the Merchant Prince rank on here. I think the score to beat is 60,000. Well, the score to get Merchant Princes. Come on, Plato. We've got to get there quick. These people are starving. We've got no grapes. Ooh. Oof. Look at that. I am 1,000 points off Roland, whoever that is. But I did beat my past self, and Charlemagne. He's not doing well. So there's me. Bye, Jingo. Bye, Jingo. Didn't we do well? Just not well enough. So join me again next time. One more week now. I'm not doing this again. I'll do the customary, just have a wander through. Very focused on the home region. There's no reason particularly why I should do. Like, if I'd have seen a place in the Peloponnese, for instance, I could have created a market, for instance, here. And there could have been another consumer base. Having said that, I don't really have the merchants for it. I don't know how many more merchants we've got left. Solon, Menelaus, Aristotle. There he is, there's Aristotle. Medea is doing tools too. These people in Tiryns, they are buying all the tools. Is anybody else on tools 3? I would quite like to see that happen. Tools, tools 2, tools 2. I missed it. Tools 3. Now there's an obsidian shortage. Don't stop, whatever you do. Just keep going. I mean, yes, these obsidian mines have us by the throat, but, you know, needs must. Oh, this is going to take an age. Right, forget that then. So we've got a nice tools outpost here. I could probably expand that some, if I was thinking about it. Have the money to. I don't know why I didn't. Should have at least got another couple of merchants on the tools route by the looks of it. Ionia. This was more developed than I usually give it credit for, but it's a very lush area. I could have set this up as being my wine base. In fact, there's nothing stopping me from building a couple of cities here and just supplying myself, because it's got everything. It's got got olives, and it's got grapes, and it's got, you know, it's got an abundance of everything. Tin. So you've got wool, so it can supply the wool, the olives, the grapes, the wine, the olive oil, and the bronze mirrors. There is no reason why you couldn't just set yourself up in Ionia and just have a grand old time just supplying as many cities as possible from just the abundant supplies until the Persians come in and invade. And there's Crete, where no area was left untouched, was it? And that's pretty good. More demand for swords. I could have expanded tools to come down here. The things I could have done to try and beat Roland. Oh, that's going to play on me now. A lot of furniture demanded in Knossos. Oh, it's developed into a city in its own right. Cheap wool cloth and access to a foodstuff. I guess that's all it takes. And the Peloponnese. Let's have a look at that. There's my old flame, Tiryns. And Mycenae, who I guess is the eponymous hero of the Mycenaean Age scenario. And that's it. There is a trading post there that never really got used. I guess I could have founded Sparta, which I believe is here. There it is. An Athens without Sparta, a Greece without Sparta. Who'd have thunk it? And then, for some reason, there's a whole bunch of dwellings over here. Hey, come on, people! I'm not supplying this. See, I'm going to olives. Perhaps we could just sort of clear them all out with some roads. But that's for when the cameras aren't watching. Thanks for joining me on this wild adventure. I've certainly enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.